obvious thing about the fire whip. They didn't really have, like, the lasso technique in Europe during that time. More of a Texas cowboy thing. So, that's the obvious one. And overall, the show was really interesting. But even, like, the throwing knives and balloons and Diet Coke obviously weren't around then either, but still interesting. So that was cool. Also, they 100% didn't have flossing then either, or those dance moves. So that's another obvious thing. Another thing wrong with it was that they definitely didn't have that type of music then either. So, yeah. And also not really sure if, well, the one thing is the outfits were relatively good, but because those were some really tight pants, so I think that was relatively accurate. But other than that, nothing else was really good, except, like, as the show as a whole was interesting, so it had that going for it. But as long as, like, accuracy goes, it was pretty not good.
Executioners. I was last employed by the king, and I came across the ocean with Princess Aragon before she married King Henry VIII, and is now Queen of Aragon.
What is your typical execution day? Do you do a lot of them every day, or?
Well, it depends on the day, of course. Only people that are accused by the king get executed by me.
Oh wow!
I don't do peasants.
You're pretty high up there for execution.
My name is Juan Diego del Garcia Flores. A su servicio.
So did you have any impact from the plague at all?
The plague did not affect me or my family. We tried to keep as many of those out of the kingdom as we could. If any of the dukes or any of the other high-ranking people got ill, they were secreted away to an area of the kingdom where they would not hurt or infect anyone.
So they would contain themselves instead of spreading. And besides the plague, were there any strikes that you faced, like problems you had?
As with any kingdom, of course. There's going to be people that are detractors of the kingdom, people that feel that they're not being well represented. It's common. You simply have to address the issue as it comes along, and if they are being unreasonable, they have it.
Do you do a lot of public executions or private, mostly public?
You have to, the public must be aware of what the consequences will be if they misbehave.
There. So what's a normal execution run for you? Do you get paid a lot by the king?
We have a stipend per person, but we get paid a monthly salary. It's a good business.
That's nice. It's good to be working for the king instead of just killing random peasants.
Execution, yes. It is well known that the common execution was more or less bungled because most of the executioners were hangmen. They did not have a lot of experience with the blade. So subsequently, many of those executions were not done properly. And it took several blows to separate the head.
So are you pretty good on just knock and
to be honest, when I do an execution for a high-ranking official, I don't use an axe, I use a sword.
Oh wow, that's good job.
But it costs a little extra. Because you want to make sure it's one neck, one blow.
So if I wanted to execute him, about how much would that cost?
Well, for him,
Three.
Now, there's a sign right over there that gives the history of tipping the executioner and why it was done. You may want to look at that.
I will.
It is historical fact.
Awesome. Thank you
My
so
lady,
much.
it's a pleasure, as always. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? This early in the day and this sloshed. What's the meaning of this?
No worries, mate. It's my anniversary.
Anniversary? You're not married.
No, 23 years.
23 years to who? You're not married.
Oh, no. It's the first time I took a sip of whiskey, mate. I've been loyal ever since.
It brings me great pride to see the clans of Scotland gather this day as one nation. My lords and ladies, stand with me as I shall stand with thee, and God defend Scotland!
Dignity and fair Newmarket is where we lay our seed. The United Courts of England and France. I am Queen Catherine of Aragon, and I know everything that goes on in my court. Every romance, every scandal, every intrigue. Oui, but do you know? Why are there French here? Your Majesty, they're part of the Royal Exchange Program. They're here to teach us more about their customs.
Culture. What can the French teach us about culture?
Or is it?
Champagne!
Ah,
Champagne!
and cheese!
And champagne! We thank thee for inviting the German court to the Festival of Newmarket! To be paid! Aggressively share our culture! As a conscience of festival, we shall congratulate!
Dominant Heron! I am Duchess Helga von Cleves. I'm looking for a duke because these hills are alive. Shut your mock traps! We are von Cleves. We do not sing, but we do dance.
Señoras y señores!
Damas y caballeros,
It is my great pleasure to introduce our most Catholic majesties.
es mi privilegio presentarles las majestades más católicas.
The Royal Court of España. Princess
¡Ah! Mi mamá y mi papá, Queen Juana de Castilla.
La Loca.
Felipe el Hermoso. Ay, mi Magdalena, la reina de España. What have I told you about inserting mamá, papá?
Alright, so the Royal Proclamation. Obviously, they wouldn't have, like, all of the nations and pirates and elves and Santa Claus all in one little group, so that's big no-no as far as historical accuracy goes. And like bombs and stuff, and pirates weren't like Jack Sparrow and stuff, that was a little iffy. Superheroes, nah, also no good. Santa Claus, the elves and stuff, also no. And a lot of stuff wasn't really right about it, but it did have like the royal vibe going about it. Like the rulers and the nobles were proclaiming to the people in the audience about things that were going on and introducing the different courts. That was possibly kind of real, but other than that, most of it was pretty wrong. But then again, a lot of stuff there was pretty inaccurate, so it was along the lines of everything else.